What's up, guys? VenomousFatman here, and I got a brand new OTGT for you. This time I'm talking about Dissidia Duodecium Prologue. Now, what this is a Japanese import. I got this not too long ago. It's pretty much a kind of like, a prelude to Dissidia Duodecium, which is the sequel to Dissidia Final Fantasy, the big Final Fantasy / Square Enix fighter that has all the different Final Fantasy characters from the games 1 to 12. Pitted up against each other in one coherent story and fighting game. That's pretty cool. If you guys haven't checked out the first Dissidia Final Fantasy, definitely check it out. It's probably one of the best games on the PlayStation Portable, in my opinion. But I got this prologue, okay? It's obviously in Japanese. It's an import, okay? So pretty much the main premise of this is that with this prologue, depending on what you do in there, if you do the main kind of prologue story, or if you do kind of like the little arcade mode that they have in there, depending on what actions and what tasks you complete in this prologue, you have the opportunity to unlock other stuff in Dissidia Duodecium. Pretty much, special unlocks that you're going to get just from playing this prologue, which is pretty cool. It's pretty interesting. But so anyway, pretty much what the prologue consists of, it consists of a story mode, which pretty much is about 4 to 5 battles, from the last time I counted, where you take control of Lightning. And pretty much Lightning and her partner, the Warrior of Light, and it gives kind of like a prelude to the events of what's going to happen in the Dissidia Final Fantasy sequel. So it's pretty cool. They also have an arcade mode, which either has, I believe it's 10 and 30 or 15 and 30 different matches, both a easy and a hard mode, where you can unlock different stuff and things like that. It has, the challenges like in the first Dissidia Final Fantasy that you'd get, from completing specific tasks. You unlock different things and the options pretty much. There's just 4 different main options that you could choose from. But besides that, here's the cool thing about it. You obviously get a chance to play with 2 of the big character reveals that are coming to the Dissidia Final Fantasy. But you don't get to play all of them. I know there's a total of already about 5 or 6 different characters that have been revealed for Dissidia Duodecium, but in this one I got a chance to play with Lightning from Final Fantasy 13 and Kain from Final Fantasy 4, as well as Jet, the Warrior of Light, Sephiroth, and Garland, the other characters that from the first Dissidia Final Fantasy. They're back again. All the characters from the first game were back again, so I got a chance to play with those specific characters. So it's about a total almost 7 characters, if I'm correct. That's Lightning, Kain, Warrior of Light, Garland, Sephiroth, and was it? Yeah, about total 6 characters. So anyway, here's my thoughts on the whole matter. Okay, when I was playing with Lightning is pretty interesting because Lightning has the ability, during the course of the match to change her fighting style from any one of the 3 specific fighting styles that were from Final Fantasy 13, including a commando / attack style, a black mage, or kind of like, a mage or any type of sorcerer with magic, type of style, and also a healing style, which is a medic. And each one does different things, gives her different moves, a different move set for any one of the fighting styles. That goes for both her normal form and also her EX form, which is pretty cool. So the commando, you have all these different types of melee attacks. Black magic, you obviously have magic attacks, different types of like fire, lightning, wind attacks, things like that. And healing, the cool thing about healing or the medic style is that it doesn't really necessarily heal your actual, health that you gain back. You only get healed from, your EX mode. But what it does is it allows you to give yourself free brave, during the course of the fight. Pretty much what brave is, for you guys that don't know, brave is pretty much the number that which you build up from doing different attacks on an opponent, and then you do an HP attack, and depending on what number your brave meter is at, that's how much damage you do to the enemy's health meter. So you can actually have the opportunity to give yourself free brave, so which is pretty cool because they had characters like Gambranth in the first game where you pretty much could store up EX and charge up your EX meter in order to get up to EX form faster. So it's a pretty interesting take that they have this where you could give yourself brave. So pretty much if you're in a big map and your opponent's all the way on the other end, he's trying to come at you and you have time to do something, rather than just wait there and be predictable, you could actually be doing something, give yourself brave to build up your meter so you could do more damage along the way. So they do also have, each one of the fighting styles have different properties and the different types of versions of their attacks. When you go into EX mode, which is pretty cool, I saw Lightning's EX burst, which is very similar to the Odin summon from Final Fantasy 13. I thought that was awesome. Besides that, I got a chance to play with Kane. And to be honest with you, I love Kane's fighting style. I know I haven't seen all the moves yet. It's pretty cool. It's really sick because one of his HP attacks is the jump attack that all the Dragoon Knights, or pretty much the Dragoons, have in every Final Fantasy game ever since Final Fantasy IV when he was in it. But pretty much he just jumps up in the air. He kind of almost homes in on the opponent as he's up in the air and kind of just comes straight down, dealing an HP attack. He also has a bunch of other HP attacks in there, and as well as some really good Brave attacks, so it's awesome. In my opinion, him and Lightning probably have some of the easiest X bursts, which is, their limits or their super special moves when they're in X form, that I've ever seen ever since the first game. Because pretty much with Kane, or with Lightning specifically, it's about 3 different button presses with the analog stick, and Kane is the same thing, or very similar to it, where you have to hit a bunch of different buttons, to build up meter, just rapidly hit a bunch of buttons, and it changes each time. But it's real easy to get this EX burst, at least from when I was playing with. But besides that, Kane, he's an awesome character. He's got a lot of damaging Brave attacks, a lot of cool combos. Now that leads into this other thing. The big thing with Dissidia Duodecium is that instead of using summons now, you could actually use assist characters to help you out. You actually have this meter, depending on what type of attacks that you do, you build up meter that you could call in a partner to help you do a combo or help you help you get out of a tight jam and save you from a specific type of attack that you're getting hit by. And that is awesome. I think when I was playing it, I was doing some crazy combos. There's a lot of cool stuff you could do. You could get someone locked into a Brave attack that normally, instead of going into an HP attack, which a lot of the different attacks kind of like chain into, during the course of that Brave attack combo that you're doing, you could call in a partner and continue that Brave attack. Or if you have 2 meters built up, because you get a maximum of 2 assist meters, if you have 2 built up, you could actually have your partner do an HP attack for you that could even give you more Brave damage and deal more damage to the opponent's health. That's awesome. There's a crazy barrage of things you could possibly do. Even if you have someone in the corner and you have 2 meters, rather than doing an HP attack, you could even build up more Brave and still have the possibility to do your own HP attack to do even more damage. So it's pretty cool. But besides that, the actual assist meter allows you to get out of tight jams. So if you're getting hit by an attack and you have an assist meter built up, at least 1, you could call it in. Your opponent, or not your opponent, your partner could come in, take the attack, and you'll be thrown straight up into the air and kind of evade what you were getting hit by. But in exchange for that, which is kind of like a unique and kind of interesting kind of tidbit, what they did is that once you do something like that and your assist kind of gets kind of like blocked or hit, what happens is for a limited amount of time, you can't build up any assist meter, and you can't use any more of the assist meters that you have built up, which is pretty interesting because it kind of prevents people from kind of spamming those kind of defensive techniques. Now, besides that, I've seen some of the other characters. I play with them. They're pretty cool. They got some interesting new attacks, but what's also interesting is the look of the characters. If you guys remember, in the first Dissidia, they had alternate outfits, and some of the alternate outfits were just color changes. They weren't all too extravagant. It wasn't like how Cloud's was, where he had his original FF7 outfit and then his alternate was the Advent Children outfit. Now they actually have completely different outfits for every one of the characters. For example, the Warrior of Light, his default outfit, instead of being the one that he normally is seen everywhere in all of the Dissidia franchise, kind of like trailers and stuff and the gameplay, he actually looks like the warrior class, or the fighting class from Final Fantasy 1. So I thought that was awesome, and his alternate outfit is the default one that he's always had. And what also is cool is other characters look more kind of like their original game counterparts, where, for example, Ultimecia, she has one form from the original Dissidia Final Fantasy, and her alternate is exactly how she looks in Final Fantasy VIII. I thought that was cool. I think that's an awesome touch. It's a lot of good fan service and a lot of interesting little tidbits here and there. All the outfits are pretty different. It's really, really cool. Definitely worth checking out. Besides that, overall, I think the Duodecium Prologue is awesome. I can't wait to get my hands on the on the final product. There are some other little technical little changes of what they did, from the first game, because you guys know in the past I played that game really hardcore and I went around, playing and fighting and beating different people all over the place here in Florida. Now, one of the big things that I noticed, if you're taking it to a much higher level of play, is that the EX burst, when you change into EX form, doesn't stop a person from doing a combo on you. You could be getting hit by something, you'll go into EX burst and you'll still be getting hit by the combo. What they did was they prevented that so people could have less, kind of like abuse with that, just building up the EX meter, and leave that kind of like defensive technique to the assist meter, where pretty much, there's a much more bigger payoff that you have to give in exchange for actually getting out of a combo like that, which I thought was interesting. It's a little bit much more balanced. There's also some different types of HUD changes, where instead of having like a bunch of little dots for like about 7 or 8 meters, they just have one bar, and it's pretty much proportional to how much your actual health is, which is pretty cool. Same thing with the EX meter. The EX meter, kind of now, maybe it's because of the prologue, but now you could build up the EX meter a little bit much more slowly. There might be different things that actually allow you to build up EX meter faster and little things like that. But last thing I want to mention before I cut this video off is that the maps in them, I got to play on a couple of the new maps, including a Final Fantasy 13 map, a Final Fantasy X map, which looked like it was from Final Fantasy X-2, or the stadium from Final Fantasy X for Blitzball, in case if you guys know what I'm talking about. They have that in this game, which is really cool. There's also, I believe, from when I checked, it's probably a new Final Fantasy 1 map. I wasn't sure. It could be from Final Fantasy 12. I could be wrong, but it looked awesome. It looked amazing. All the new maps look great. I can't wait to play the final product of this game. So that's just my opinion on this whole thing, guys. Leave your comments and video responses. I don't mind. Just keep it civil. Keep it civil. Let me know what you guys think. If you guys had a chance to actually check this out, what are some of the things you're looking forward to in the Dissidia Final Fantasy sequel? Let me know any of your favorite characters, some improvements they need to do. And I'll talk to you guys again soon. Venomous is out. That was only the goddamn truth. I'll talk to y'all later, people.